Right out of the gate, guys, I want to apologize to you guys for the late upload. I was at my girlfriend's today, so just got back, but I was able to get this video out to you guys tonight. I promised it. Here we are. Blue Jays win 6-2 over the Cleveland Indians and split the 4-game series against the Indians, the Josh Donaldson-less Cleveland Indians. And this game just... it was beautiful. Now, there were a couple scary incidents. First off, we'll talk about, before we break down the game, Randal Grichuk leaves the game with an injury. Clear as day, he was injured. Obviously, pop up down the, the right field side, Smoke and Grichuk going for the ball. Security guy has no idea Randal Grichuk's coming. He sees Smokey. He's out of the way for him. But Randal Grichuk slides in and gets the, I think it's probably a metal chair in the face. I mean, you saw when he was sitting up, he's got like a huge bump all around his right eye. I mean, it was terrible. But that's the way it is for, I mean, that was terrible. I don't know what the extent is going to be, if he's going to be out for a week or out for a couple games or how it's going to be. But that's a very scary incident for Randal Grichuk, especially how hot he's been coming into this ball game, and replacing him, Teoscar Hernandez. We'll talk about how that became a big factor in this game a little bit later on. But the starting pitching matchup, Mike Clevinger, who has been amazing all year for the Cleveland Indians. Through 176 innings, he had a 3.11 ERA. In his last 2 outings, he has given up 0 runs. Sorry, he has given up, before today's ball game, he gave up a total of 1 earned run in his last 12 2/3 innings, and a total of 19 strikeouts. Ridiculous. Now, the Blue Jays, a team that offensively, we're not sure what we have here yet. They're an up and down like a toilet seat type of team. They could go a game where they get 2 measly hits. The next day they could get 17 and win like 11-1. You never really know what you're going to get. Now, the Jays get 4 hits against them. They get a couple walks, but they make those walks and those hits count. We'll get to how that all started in a second. And you know what? Getting on the board early, and Thomas Pannone, by the way, was the starter for the Jays. We'll break him down in a second. Getting on the board early, guys, is key for a baseball club. Getting that lead is huge. It's like hockey. You score the first goal, you're in the driver's seat. And from there, I mean, you can take it anywhere. The Jays, in the bottom of the first inning, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., guys, I know his bat it's been all right since coming off the DL, but nothing too out of the water special, but he's been serviceable, right? At that number 2 spot in the lineup, kind of, top 5, I guess. He's moved around quite a bit. But he walks in a full count. McKinney pops out, and he keeps that streak alive, guys. Billy McKinney goes 1 for 4 in the ball game. His on-base streak continues. I think it's like 17 games now or something like that. Lourdes Gurriel, guys. So he walked on the full count. So it's a 1-out guy at first base. Nothing too crazy, but Justin Smoke, looking curveball from Clevinger, and he gets it. And, or it was a fastball, excuse me. And he was waiting for it, but the only, whether you're waiting for it or not, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. Hello, that's a meatball for Justin Smoke, and he loves hitting the fastball, and he got a batting practice fastball, and he crushed it deep to right field. His 24th home run on the year, and like I said, getting off to a good start is great. 2-0 Jays after the first inning. Top 3, though, Lindor hits a solo shot, and he has had a great series. That makes it 2-1. But in the next half inning, with Reese McGuire on second base, Justin Smoke, they have him in the heavy shift. This is why it sucks. He punches it through the, I guess it was, the shortstop would have had it if he was there. But it's a single through the left side, and Reese McGuire comes in to score, no problem. And the Jays get that 1 run right back, and it is a 3-1 lead. All right, now let's move all the way to the top of the 7th. Where Brandon Barnes is a solo shot, and all Jays fans watching are like, that 3-1 lead went to 3-2 real quick, and we're like, okay, well, I mean, that's scary. It's quite scary there in that top 7. But Thomas Pannone gets pulled after that run. But what a great job for Thomas Pannone, guys. His line goes 6 1/3, 4 hits. Yeah, he walks 3, but when he walks the guys, he doesn't give up the big hit, like Sean Reid-Foley did, right? He only gave up the 4 hits, 2 runs, couple strikeouts. He was great, dropping his ERA to 4.13 on the year, guys. But I mean, in 2 of his 3 career starts, he's looked very good. This game against Cleveland, the first game against the Orioles. Game 2 against the Orioles, not good at all. But again, it's a small sample size, and he's shown some good qualities. I love what we've seen from Thomas Pannone early. And Ryan Tepera comes out to finish off that 7th inning, and he gets the 2 guys he faces both via the strikeout, and that's the end of the 7th inning. Now the Blue Jays, let's move to the bottom of the 8th inning. And only up by 3-2, guys. This team needs a big play. Well, bottom 8, Billy McKinney trying to keep that streak alive, rips a double to center field, and that is exactly what you want to see. And then Lourdes Gurriel grounds into a fielder's choice, but the problem is they get Billy McKinney out at third base. You never want the first out at third base. It just kills your team. McKinney gets out at first, but Gurriel is moving up to second on the play. Great heads-up baseball on his part, and now he's at second there with 1 away. So then, next up, Justin Smoak. He grounds to Jose Ramirez, who has not played great defense in this series. He commits another error. Gurriel can't move up, but Smokey's on first now, first and second, 1 out. For, I wouldn't say the pinch hitter, but he was a pinch hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. And he gets a first pitch fastball up, but it was not very up. It was a meatball, more or less, for Teoscar Hernandez. He gets barreled a baseball and crushes it deep and gone. 3-run shot, and that gives the Jays fans and the Jays team a little bit of sigh of relief. You can breathe a little bit here. You now have a 6-2 lead. And it was a great job. Now, things get a little funky there in the 9th inning. David Paulino gets 2 guys, but gives up a hit and walks a batter as well. They bring in Ken Giles, who at this point, it is considered a save, and he gets the 1 batter. He faces Francisco Lindor to ground out to end the ball game. That's beautiful. Now, let's break down some performances here. The Jays split this series. This is funny. The Jays get demolished by the Tampa Bay Rays, a team that on paper isn't very good. And then you face Cleveland, a team that's on paper very good, and you split the series, and you play hard all 4 games. Great job by this team. Offensively, like I said, Billy McKinney went 1 for 4. Teoscar Hernandez went 0 for 3, guys, but he walked, and then on that fielder's choice, he does come around to score. Scored 2 runs in the game, so yeah, you kind of put that behind you. Well, whatever. He scored a couple runs. That's what you want to see from your players coming around to score. Smokey 2 for 4 in the game with the home run, the 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He had the RBI single there in the 3rd inning as well. He has been playing great since the All-Star break. He's looked a lot better, a lot more Justin Smoak-like, and it's great to have him back. Grichuk goes 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts before he leaves the game, and then Teoscar Hernandez comes in and goes 2 for 2 with the 3-run home run, and that's beautiful for Teoscar, raising his average to 244. He's getting up there a little bit, guys. And that home run for Teoscar Hernandez, his 20th home run on the year. With the 3-run shot, he has 55 RBIs, 59 runs scored, and he's got 7 triples and 27 doubles. Guys, we know the strikeout numbers are high, but the rest of the stats I just mentioned are very solid for a guy who has never played a full season in the big leagues. Let the kid play. Let him figure things out. He will find a way. Rowdy Tellez, guys, goes 0 for 4. Oh, well, I mean, it was bound to happen. Dropping his average to 444. Yeah, he's falling hard. I'm just playing. Rowdy Tellez, still one of my favorite Blue Jays out there. Pilar goes 0 for 4. Yervis Solarte comes off the DL today. Goes 0 for 3 with a strikeout in his return to the lineup from injury. Ledmus Diaz goes 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts, and Reese McGuire 1 for 2 and comes around to score on Justin Smoak's RBI single. So Reese McGuire's hitting 333 as a Blue Jay, if you guys want to look at that stat. Pitching-wise, we already talked about Pannone and Tepera. Jose Fernandez came in for 1 batter and gave up a hit, so he was pulled out of the game for that. But Jake Petrichka comes in, guys, dealing with that leadoff single that he hasn't even seen, but then decides, not strike 1 out, not strike 2, but strikes out the side in order that he sees them to get out of that inning. Guys, we have seen so many good things from Petrichka, but there's things we've seen that are terrible from him. So I've got a lot of mixed feelings for him, but he's got the strikeout material. He throws hard fastballs, ERA of 4.38, which isn't great, but it's not downright terrible. Great job for him. Paulino, like I said, went 2/3 of an inning, gave up the hit. We already talked about Ken Giles, and he's now 8 for 8 as a Blue Jay. When it comes to saves, 20 of 20 on the season for Ken Giles, dropping his ERA to 5.32 on the season. But he has pitched very well as of late for this ball club. He is now, what is it now? His scoreless inning streak. He's at, 3 1/3. Hey, small steps, guys. We got to enjoy it the way it is, all right? Now, the Jays have an off day tomorrow, so anybody watching the video that is still around, tomorrow, guys, here we go. Leafs preseason preview tomorrow night, guys. It is going to be out, I don't know, 9 o'clock. I'm going to throw that maybe 9:30, in that range somewhere. Guys, I am pumped. The Leafs preseason preview tomorrow. We're talking about guys that could possibly make the team as the guys on the fourth line or some depth defenseman spots on this team who are looking to I guess, impress us. Are there any dark horses that I think could make the team, or any guys that I think that'll, make the team at some point during the season? That's for tomorrow's discussion. Guys, I hope you guys are excited for that. Leafs, Raptors are right around the corner. Jays fans, hang on for dear life. We're almost there. But we're seeing some pretty good baseball lately from this team. Seeing all the young guys, a lot more fun, and the games are going by faster. So that's a positive. But when we come back from tomorrow's off day, the Jays go to Boston to take on the Red Sox. Chris Sale's on the mound for the Red Sox in Game 1 against Aaron Sanchez. Sanchez threw it in his last outing, and he was very good in his last outing. But now you're playing the Bo Sox in Boston. What can you do? Chris Sale's probably going to go limited time because this is his first start from coming off injury. So we don't know what we're going to see there. Sam Gaviglio goes in Game 2 against David Price. And then the finale, Marco Estrada versus Eduardo Rodriguez. And then the Jays head to New York to take on the Yankees. And if I'm not mistaken, those two meetings are the last time we will see those two teams this season. Thank goodness. Actually, I think we see Houston to close out the year, and then Tampa or some. There. I see Baltimore. Guys. Okay. Well, let's not get swept this time. All right. So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed today's ball game. Hit the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on Thomas Pannone? We've seen him out of the bullpen. We've seen 2 great starts. You've seen a terrible start. What are your feelings towards Thomas Pannone? I've got some pretty good feelings towards him. I mean, I haven't seen enough of him to really get a good feeling, to get a very distinctive answer. But I've seen some good things. I've seen some not so great things. But that's what you're going to get from a young pitcher, all right? So I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. What have you thought of Teoscar Hernandez lately? I mean, what you thought of Ken Giles lately, guys? Any September call-ups that have been impressive to you that we haven't discussed yet? Because we know Tellez is a stud. I want to hear what you guys have to say about all that great stuff. And Wednesday podcast edition, guys, that's when Evan and I will be talking to you guys next. A link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys, I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, Leafs edition. I have missed saying that. Leafs preseason preview. That's a mouthful, but I got it right there. It'll probably be about 9:30, guys. That video will be uploaded to you guys, but I am pumped to get that done. And we'll talk to you guys Jays edition Tuesday night as the Jays head to Boston to take on the Red Sox for a 3-game set. Aaron Sanchez, Chris Sale, the Game 1 matchup, 7:10 first pitch in Boston. Here we go, guys. We did a good job against Cleveland. Let's enjoy it for now until we face Boston. But we'll talk to you guys 7:10 first pitch at Fenway. Talk to you guys then.